Good morning, everybody. It's Kay Kalthoff. Welcome to a Stampin' Chat with Kay, or should I say a Sip Hooray Stampin' Chat. We're going to have some fun making some tags and some really cute, easy, elegant cards to go along with them. Good morning, Yvonne. Hello, Pam. Hi, Marie. Good to see you. Hello, Karen. Good morning. Karen's from Arizona. I just took some things out to the mailbox this morning. Of course, I live here in Minnesota. Ooh, it's chilly out there. Of course, I was running out there with a wet head, which my mother always told me you should never do. But I do it pretty frequently, actually. Of course, walking out to the mailbox at the farm, that was a whole different story. You know, that was probably a total of 20 minutes to and from, and the wind whipping across the field. And of course, if you had a wet head, that would not be good. However, here in the cities, it's just a little quick trip out there and back. I can usually do it within a minute. Hello. Good morning, Pam. Hi, Norma. Hello, Jewel. Good morning, Maria. It's good to see all of you. We're going to have so much fun today. I would describe my stamping style as easy and elegant. I don't know. I've always been attracted to really kind of, simple, clean lines, and I always like that little elegant touch, but I like the earth tones too, kind of that earthy elegance, I guess. So if you ever go to my blog, www.stampingtoshare.com, I have sort of these little roses and flowers and kind of some soft greens and blues, and those are just totally my style. Of course, I've read that people are more attracted to pinks and reds, and it kind of catches our eye and we notice it. But I find that I don't. I'm really attracted to blues and greens and more of those calm, soothing colors. What about you guys? Are you more into the brighter, vibrant colors? And I gotta say, I do like reds and pinks. Don't get me wrong, I use them a lot when I'm crafting. But I don't really decorate with them. I find myself going more towards blues and greens. Of course, I should talk. I have kind of these really soft, dusty pink walls behind me. It's such a light pink, it's almost white. But I like that. Oh, look what else I got behind me. So, well, I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I actually considered, instead of having coffee this morning, that I would drink champagne, but I controlled myself. Decided to save that for a night when I'm with Steve versus drinking it here in the morning. Oh yes, so calm colors for Philomena. Yes, I agree. So you and I are similar that way, so that's probably why you enjoy watching my Facebook Live. So thank you so much. Oh yes, welcome, Karen. Oh, and yeah, share away. I forgot to mention that. So when you share the video on your timeline, or even if you're catching this on YouTube later, if you could go ahead and share it, that'd be so awesome. It really helps me out. It's kind of a little, I don't know, it's sort of like that little, it's sort of that little heartwarming feeling you get when you know that someone cares enough and likes you enough to pass that information on to someone. And my whole story is kind of, about sharing. I love to share things. If I find a new drink that I like, or I find a new recipe that I like, or I find out some new information that I think is really cool, or even a stamping technique or something fun like that, I love to share it. And so when I was first building my business, when I started Stampin' Up, I called myself Stamping to Share, just because I enjoy sharing so much. I have my whole life. Oh, and there's Crystal. She just shared, and so did Deb, and so did Lisa. Oh my goodness, good morning, and thank you, you guys. You were so sweet. I love it. I'm really working on this coffee because I don't want it to go cold. I don't have very much left, so just give me a second here. This is about is it my third cup today or my second cup? I should keep better track of those things. But I will tell you that, we are so conservative in this house. So we buy the Keurigs. I know, terribly not conservative by using Keurigs, but we use our Keurig cups twice. Isn't that kind of shameful for a true coffee lover? My daughter thinks it's terrible. She's like, Mom, just do your own pot of coffee and make it as strong as you want. But I don't know. So even though this is probably my third cup, it's probably with the second run on Keurig's. So, you know. Good morning, Julie. Welcome. Good to see you. Hello, Jean from Phoenix. Boy, we have a lot of people down south. Well, you know what? Down south, that's where it's at. When you when you got what I've got out my window, you might be thinking down south too. But I tell you what, I'm really excited about the snow. We have a cabin in Wisconsin, and we are planning our first snowmobiling weekend. So I'm really excited. Steve was up kind of late working on snowmobiles last night. He works on them all the time, so it's not like he just works on them right before we go snowmobiling. That is not the case. He just loves to putz, kind of like how I like to putt around in my stamp room. He likes to putt around in the garage doing stuff with his snowmobiles. So we're going up north, and we're planning on a big weekend on the trails. There's about a 17-inch snow base up there, so that is exciting. Yeah, big snow up north, so we're going to start taking advantage of it right away. I have to say, one of the things I love about my Stampin' Up! Job is that I get to take all this time off whenever I want to. And I know that I couldn't really do that if I had any other job, so I really appreciate my stamp-at-home business with Stampin' Up! All right, so I think what I'm going to do, one more sip of coffee, and then we'll get going here. I think what we're going to do is get started. I'm going to share with you some cards I got in the mail. So the first one, let me look who it's from here. It is from my very, very good friend. She's another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, not in my group, but she has been kind of a part of my group in a way, because she will come to my meetings once in a while and just hang out with us. And when we have like on stage local, you know, where we all run down to the Minneapolis Convention Center, she'll often sit with our group. And this is Sue McNeil, and Sue McNeil sent me my Christmas card, and I thought it was so cute. It's got a little gnome on it, so I'm going to show you the cute little gnome card from Sue McNeil. And I've seen this out there a few times, so I'm pretty sure she cased it. But I don't really know who she cased it from, but it's super, super cute. And she put it, I don't know, can you see sideways here? She's got a little spring under it, and so it kind of pops out. It's super cute. When I pulled it out of the envelope, that little gnome just popped up. I love that. In fact, I should put that in the Stampin' Up! Sandbox, that we get some little springers for our cards, because I love that when you can just pop something out and it just pops out. Oh, and Sue McNeil is watching. Hello, Sue. Yes, I just showed off your card. There it is. So cute. So thanks for joining us, Sue. The next card I want to share with you is also, well, this is a little thank you card. I swear, Brenda sends me a thank you card once a month. It's really quite incredible. But she is in our group. She made this cute cup of cheer card. It's with those coffee cup cards. I should really know that, seeing as I drink coffee. But it's those reversible stamps. However, she did not use the cup. She used the sentiment, and then she used some paper, which I don't think I even have. But it's the paper from the holiday that looks like this. Maybe you guys will know it more than I do. I don't have it, so I don't know it. But this is what it looks like, and it's super cute. Look at how cute it is. I hope I'm holding it still enough so you can see it. Really cute design. So let me tell you what I love about the design, because this is kind of a classic design that you guys can turn into any card with any designer series paper, and you just add that ribbon. So just put a strip, oh, I'm gonna go at it wrong here. Put a strip of designer series paper around here, put a coordinating color of paper next to it, wrap a ribbon around it, and then your other designer series paper that coordinates on the other side. Add a sentiment that's just been punched out or die cut out, and you have a very, very cute, whoops, I'm holding it wrong. You have a very, very cute card. Don't you guys think? I love this. Oh, I'm holding it wrong. I gotta get used to this. Oh, I did do it right. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. So it's so crazy because as I'm talking and I'm looking at the camera, I really don't know what you're seeing because the delay on my iPad is like 30 seconds, I swear to God. It's so long. but here it is. So cute. So this is a great design. I'll probably keep this card just because I love the design idea, and I think it would make super cute cards. So I've got to remember that, because I do like a big event with my downline, and that would be a cute card that I know everybody would like. Of course, it would take a lot of designer paper. All right, and another card I got. This is from another team member sending me a thank you card, and it's very, very cute. I hope I'm doing this right. So I don't really know for sure what dies and stamps she used, but it's another one of those cards where you can kind of look at the design and go, oh yeah, I could do this. I like this a lot. So it's great design. And I love the colors because it's Bermuda Bay, Whisper White, Basic Black. It's perfect, really. Then, of course, you know, Judy. This is from Judy Heyman. She's in my downline. And Judy always goes over the top with everything she does. She's just that personality where she always likes to do that one extra step. So she sent me a gift card to my very favorite local coffee shop. And of course, she couldn't just give me a gift card like by itself. Oh no, nope, not Judy. So she sent another card in the card where my gift card was attached. So this one is from, I believe it is a past paper pumpkin kit, because I remember really liking this paper pumpkin kit. So that is just a cute little, you guys, if you don't get the paper pumpkin kit, you should really consider subscribing, because if you don't like exactly what the paper pumpkin kit is, you can always revamp the idea. There's so many groups out there, and then of course Stampin' Up has ideas, and they're even starting to put their alternative ideas right in the paper pumpkin kit. So when you get the kit, you automatically will get alternative ideas. So thank you so much, Judy. So great. All right. So then I think that's it for cards I'm sharing. Now let's get into Sip Hooray. So look at there. Isn't that cute, you guys? So this is a mini bottle of champagne. So sometimes, you know, opening up a great big bottle of champagne is a little bit more than you necessarily need. But if you just want to have a couple of glasses, or you just want to each have a glass and toast something fun, here it is. So this is I'll take the tag off so you can actually see this little cute bottle of champagne. And it's balmy blue. The color's balmy blue. Like, oh my gosh, how I have to show you how exactly it matches. So of course I use balmy blue for my card because it matched the bottle. But you know what? When we're making these tags, so I got a different one. So I'm going to take this to the neighbor's house when we go celebrate on New Year's Eve. But I got a different bottle that looks like this. And I just changed the tag up so that we're using Call Me Clover. And the reason I picked Call Me Clover is look at how awesome this matches. Isn't that great? Oh my gosh, that is so fun. Then I used for these little guys up here, I used the Mercury Glass Designer Series paper. So that looks like that. So anyway, I'll show you how to make these tags, and then I'm going to make 2 cards. And our giveaway today is going to be, look at all this. It is going to be, of course I don't remember the name of it. It is our metallic edge, it's silver and white ribbon. So that's what I used on these cards, and I'm going to show you how you can color it so that it will match any cardstock that you have in your possession, as long as you have the blend that goes with it. All right, so give me a few minutes here to flip the camera down, and then we will get started. Oh, Candace says, getting your mail must be fun every day. Well, yeah, it pretty much is. I'm very blessed by the people in my life. My downline especially are extremely kind, generous people. I've never met such kind people in my whole life as the people in my downline. They're just so wonderful. And, you know, we have so many things that we all really, you know, whether, you know, most of my downline, seriously, They're warmly welcomed and never pressured, and they're just part of our Stamping to Share family. And that's really what it's about. Stampin' Up! Is kind of like a family of people who really, really enjoy happy, relaxed stamping. In fact, many of my friends and downline members consider stamping to be their therapy, because time just flies when they sit down to stamp. I mean, it's just relaxing and it's fun and it makes you happy, and so that is kind of the point, isn't it? So here is the Sip Hooray cute little bottle tag, and I'm going to get the other one so you can see them both. So this one has just a little bit bigger of a ribbon, just because the bottle is bigger, so it needed a little bit more. So I'll show you how to decide what size ribbon you need. And then here's the little bitty one that this has just got a small ribbon, so it would fit better on the bottle. So let's go ahead and do this. And for those of you that remember my mercury glass paper, I was at the cabin not that long ago and I did find another strip of it, but now I'm really, really done with it. So what I'm making today is using up the very last of my mercury glass. I love that stuff, and I think it makes such very, very cute champagne glasses, because that's what these are, or champagne flutes, I should say. And this is the card I made to go with it. Now, there's quite a few rhinestones on here. Normally, I only put 3 on a card, but you know what? This is a celebration. So whenever you're doing something really fun, like a celebration, just go crazy. And if truth be told, I had a couple of stray ink marks that I was covering up. So that's another reason it went a little crazy. Okay, so let's look at the bundle we're using here. This is in our 2019 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog called Sip Hooray. And you have your martini glass, your wine glass, your champagne flute, and you have a wonderful bubble background to make all of those fun bubbles on your cards or your tags or whatever you're using them for. This is one of those stamp sets that I won't be getting rid of because it's just so cute. This is my favorite one. Even if you didn't have the stamp set, even if you didn't have this, let's take that away for a minute. This thing is perfect. I mean, there's like a little olive holder. I mean, it would be nice to have these because you can, you would want the bundle, I would think. But even if you didn't have the stamp set, I think it's really worth it just to have this, because how fun to cut these out. All right, so let's go on and get started here. I think I'll make the cards last. So let's make the champagne tags first. So I've got things ready to go here. I spent a little time at my die cutting machine and got things ready. So we're obviously using, let me grab it here. We are using the stitched nested labels, and I use this one that fits in right there. So that's where that one's from. But you know what, you guys? It really depends on your tag. If you're making a small tag, you maybe would use the smaller one of these and make these little circles here a little smaller too. So let me show you the circles. So I used, actually I can just tell you, you don't even need to see it, but these are the layering circles. And I used the very largest layering circle to cut out the balmy blue. And then I used the next one down the line, the next largest, or I don't know how you would say that, but the next one down to cut out the whisper white. So that's our circles, and again, that was from the layering circles. All right, so then one thing I love about circles is you really can't miss stamp. So we're going to take the basic gray stamp pad, and I'm going to use the Sip. Make sure I don't have ink on my fingers. That's where I got into trouble yesterday when I was creating these cards. So let me ink that up. So you can just go ahead and stamp your Sip up here in the upper right, just like that. And then you are going to take some balmy blue ink and you're going to stamp your Hooray right under that. And you know what? It's making me nervous to stamp without my Stampin' mat. So we have a Stampin' Pierce mat in Stampin' Up. And for those photopolymer stamps, it just gives you that cushion, because as you know, there's no cushion on photopolymer. So now what we can do is we just inked up Hooray with Balmy Blue, and we'll stamp that right underneath our Sip Sip. And again, stamping on circles is so awesomely fun because there's no way to actually get it unaligned, because as a circle you can just turn it until it's perfectly straight. So stamping sentiments on a circle, really, you guys, is kind of the way to go, because you can always correct it if you think it isn't stamped straight, because you don't have to worry about being straight on a circle. Such a novel idea. Hello, Lynn. She's telling me the card is great. Well, hopefully you'll think these tags are great too. All right, so here we go. We've got the Sip Sip Hooray, and I used a little snail on the back, and I'm just layering it onto the Balmy Blue circle. Flip it over, burnish it from the back. As soon as you guys burnish it, you know, you're not getting it off, is pretty much the deal. So be sure when you burnish that you like where it's burnished too. Now we cut out some champagne flutes, and we use the mercury glass paper. There's two designs in the mercury glass paper. This is the one that has kind of the circular bubble look, which works great with drinks. And then we're going to put this on with, the first one's going to go on with glue dots. So I'm just opening up my glue dot here, and I'm going to put it sort of where there isn't, you know, where the silver is more, I don't know how to say it, where there's not a real peek through. It's just kind of silver. So we'll just put one there, one there. So I kept them kind of towards the middle because this does hang off at the top and hang off at the bottom. Then what I'm going to do is place it like this. Kind of just tipped off to the left, just like that. Then we'll take the other one, and we're going to put that one on with mini dimensionals. Do you guys have mini dimensionals? I can't imagine my life anymore without them. So mini dimensionals are so wonderfully useful because they're tiny. They're perfect for things like this, because this has a lot of those little open holes, and I don't want my dimensional over that hole. So I'm going to put one mini dimensional here, and then I'm going to put one mini dimensional right about there, and then we'll see how that looks. So take off the backing, lift this up, bring this in, and we'll just crisscross this. And there we go. Doesn't that look cute? It's perfect. Now we're going to take that silver foil that I cut out with the stitch nested labels, and we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of that. So you could use your mini dimensionals, but then with something like this, I just like using the big ones. So we have two sizes of dimensionals. And I love that they're hexagons. You know, I never realized hexagons were such a smart geometric shape, because you can just get tons of them in one spot. You could never do that so much with circles. I guess you could with squares, but I don't know. I don't know why Stampin' Up! Chose to use hexagons versus squares, but maybe there's a reason. Maybe you get more of them. All right, so here is the silver foil nested label. Okay, now this may go out of camera. I have to bring it closer to me so I can actually see that I'm getting it in here right. So I will bring it up in just a second, but that looks pretty good. And this is where I ended up placing it. Now for the finishing touch, I'm grabbing some Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels because they have a color in here. It's not exactly balmy blue. I think it's Pool Party, but it's close enough, because once something is carbonated, it gets lighter. So I'm just going with that. So here is the first one. I took a little bit bigger one. Then I'll take a medium-sized one and put that up here. And then we'll drop one up, way up on top, just a little tiny one. And there it is. Isn't that cute? So there's the tag. So let's bring the bottle in. So here's the La Marca champagne bottle. And we need to put this onto the bottle. So the way we're going to do that is I'm going to grab the metallic ribbon here, the stitched edge metallic ribbon. And of course I'm going to use Scotch tape. So just tape down one end of the ribbon. Then figure out where on your bottle you want it. Because the more you pull it in, and then of course you want to make sure it'll still come over the top in case somebody wants to take it off before they pour it. And that looks pretty good. So then flip it over when you have it adjusted for the height, and then tape it off, and then grab your scissors and finish it up. So as you can see, there's not much to this. It stays pretty low, but it's just perfect for this particular little bottle of champagne. So this is a 2-person bottle of champagne, or 1 person if you're really thirsty. But there it is. So there's the Sip Hooray tag for your champagne bottle. Of course, you can make it whatever color you want. Pretty simple. Now let me bring in the card. Philomena's saying it makes the bottle even more special. And you know, I agree. Usually when I bring a bottle of wine or a bottle of champagne to someone's house, I almost always put a tag, put some kind of a homemade tag on it, because you're right, it does make it more special, and people can tell that you just care just that little bit much more to go that extra mile. So here is the card we're going to make, and I consider this to be easy and elegant because it's very easy to do and it looks very elegant. And so when you open it up, hope your big day is just one happy hour after another, which I think is so cute. Or you could put a holiday sentiment in there if you wanted to. This is more of a celebration card, I think. All right, so let us get started making this easy card. So let me grab, there's hardly any supplies really. So let me grab everything that you'll need. So let me show you now which circle I use from my layering circles. I have to put my other 2 back so you can get a good idea of how this all looks. All right, so here are all of my layering circles. I'm sure you probably store them similarly. And I use this one from right here. But again, it doesn't really matter. You could probably use a 2-inch circle punch from your punch and be fine. I just happened to have my layering circles out when I was creating my tags and when I was creating my card. So that's why I use that. But you guys, that's what's so cool about stamping. You don't have to use exactly what I use. Just go ahead and use what you have available. It helps you be a little more creative. Then you'll notice one of the features on this card is this real bubbly top. Okay, so let me show you how I did this. So let me move these out of the way here for a second. And you're going to need, well, we're making 4 cards, or we're making 2 cards today. So the first thing I started with is my balmy blue card base, and I just scored it, or I cut it at 5.5 by 8.5, scored it 4 1/4. And let me just fold, oh no, my bone folder is not on the table. Oh shoot. Well, you know what, we're gonna improvise. I'm just gonna take my take your pick tool and push that down on the back. Oh, I do miss my bone folder when I don't have it. And then I talked to some stampers and some of my downline, and they don't even use their bone folder, and I use mine with every single card I make. All right, so here we go. Make sure I've got it right. And now we're gonna set those aside for just a second. Then you're gonna need 4, well, not 4, you'll only need 2. If you're just making 1 card, you're only going to need 2. Remember, I'm doubling up. So your next layers, you're going to need 1 for the front, 1 for the inside, is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. What a weird size, right? I didn't go down a 1/4 inch. I went down a 1/2 inch, and let me show you why. The reason I went down a little deeper is because I wanted more of the balmy blue to show on the outside. The other thing we're going to need is some ribbon because we're going to be coloring this ribbon. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's super simple. So just cut 4 strips because we're doing one strip that's going to be a wraparound and then one strip is going to be a tie-on. So there we are. And we're going to want all of these strips colored balmy blue. So let me lay my strips out. This really, you know, you're looking at this thinking, really? I have to watch you color all this ribbon? Oh my gosh, it goes so fast. So here is your dark balmy blue Stampin' Blend. And you just use the brush tip. And all you do to color is go like that. That one's done. That one's done. This is fun, you guys. And it dries in probably 30 seconds, so you can use it instantly. Do you guys remember coloring your ribbon with re-inkers? I mean, if you're a new stamper, you don't remember this, but I used to fill up, you know, a little spritz bottle or whatever and do my re-inkers and then color my ribbon that way. Well, it would take a long time to dry, and then sometimes the color would come off. Like I'd get done and my fingers would be blue, and the card base, I'd probably knock some blue onto that. Well, this is like ready to go. I mean, it is dry. It does not leave any ink on your fingers. It doesn't leave ink on the card. It's just ready. I love that. All right, so now how did I cut this little bubble top? Well, let me just show you how I lined it up. So for the front of the card, uh-oh, where'd it go? Where'd my little bubble thing? Oh, here it is. I put it way down so that we got as much bubbles going on as possible. Okay, and then for the inside panel, well, I'm stamping a sentiment on the inside, so I didn't want so many bubbles going way down, or my sentiment would have looked kind of weird. So what I did is I moved it up about a 1/2 inch, and I made sure this part right here was towards the middle of my card because I want to stamp my sentiment in the middle, and then it makes it just a little bit more room. So I went up about a 1/2 inch, so from the top of my card to the top of this. So it doesn't come down as far. You can see the difference. So here is the outside panel and here's the inside panel. So as long as we've got our inside panels here, let's go ahead and stamp them. So I have that cute little stamp that says, "Hope your big day is just one happy hour after another." Let me grab my Stampin' Pierce mat, which is right here. Oh, Yvonne is telling me she loves this bundle. So do I. I love it. And the bubble die is really cool. I agree. There we go. So, hoping your big day is just one happy hour after another. How cute is that? I love it. All right, so these are my giveaway cards. So you guys are going to, on Monday, I'll do the drawing. And what I do is anybody who shared and told me that they share, and anybody who makes comments on this video, your name goes into a drawing. And I'll pick 2 winners, and I'll give you 2 yards of this ribbon, because then you can practice dyeing it with your card, you know, to match your cardstock. It's pretty fun. So I'll send that out once I've heard back from our winners. All right, so now we are going to attach these little blue circles to our card, and I'll show you a good place and an easy way to do it. You guys, I got a new glue holder. It's not really new. I've always had it. I just didn't have it by my video camera. Look! So this is a really, really special. I was born way back in 1963, and when I was in the hospital, my mom got this because they stayed in the hospital like a week back then. And my mom got this, when I was a new baby in the hospital, and I don't know if it had, I don't know what it had in this part. I don't know if it was a plant or what. She passed away when she was 57. So I never ever asked her, because when I was, that young, I didn't really care. I wish I'd known now. But, and then on the inside of it, to protect the inside, because I put my glue in here, I found the coolest thing. So this is you know how we have the silicone mats at Stampin' Up? Well, this is a silicone shot glass. So my daughter's boyfriend's mom runs a racing event, and they always do these little giveaways when they do these 10Ks and 5Ks. And so one of the giveaways that my daughter brought home was the silicone shot glass. Of course, I was like, whoa, I can use this because glue doesn't stick to the bottom of it. So I can put my and it fits perfect in here. So I'm so excited about that. So now I'm using a heritage piece in my office here right next to where I'm stamping. So I love that. I love looking up at my stamping area and seeing things that I just treasure, that are close to my heart. All right, so we're gonna put this here, and what you're doing is you're just putting it right in the middle, basically between the bottom and the last little bubble. So that's where that's gonna go. And then you're gonna do the same thing to this one over here, so you don't have to worry too much about measuring. Oh yes, Karen's saying she loves the little bunny glue holders. So do I. I love it. Okay, so here we go. Right there. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take one of your little strips of ribbon that you have gone ahead and colored, and we're going to just fasten that on with a little Scotch tape. That over, and that just goes right through the middle of your accent circle. So you can make this the card, the card base, the little dot, the ribbon. It can be whatever color that coordinates with whatever you're doing. So we'll do the same thing to this card. People are telling me on the live that they remember dyeing ribbon and what a messy business it was. Yeah, using the Stampin' Blends whoops, I didn't get that straight. Using the Stampin' Blends just made that a whole lot easier. All right, so here it is. Now it's all straight. And we'll flip it over and do that last little side over here. And then we're gonna do the same thing with our little shot glasses. We're gonna put the first one down, or not shot glasses, now I got shot glasses on the mind. But we're gonna put the first two down with mini glue dots, and then the second one will go on with mini dimensionals. So let me grab my glue dots. I'll just set that. Again, I'm looking for a silver area to put the glue dot. There we go. And again, you just set that in kind of at an angle like this. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Oh, and I should probably do my stamping. Oh my gosh. Now I got to be really careful that I don't oops up, because everything's like down. So let me get this on and then we'll stamp. We'll stamp, I promise. All right, so let me grab my stamps. Luckily, this is photopolymer, so I can see right through. I don't make too many mistakes when I stamp, but I do occasionally. I know I have downline members that tell me, Kay, you've got to stamp before you attach stuff. And I really should get into a better habit and do it that way, but I don't. All right, so here is my Hooray. I'm inking it up with Balmy Blue, and I'm just gonna stamp it. Okay, I have to bring it closer so I can get my head over here. Okay, so it might go out of the picture because otherwise I won't see where I'm stamping. There's one. And there's the other. And now we're going to take Sip Sip, and we'll just stamp that right like that. And I inked that one up with the basic gray, so there's a little contrast between the two. And it's so cute. Okay, now we're going to put the other little flute at a crisscross, and we're going to do it with the mini dimensionals. So let me grab those again. and my Take Your Pick tool. And I tell you what, taking the mini dimensionals off with the pointy end of the Take Your Pick tool works like a charm. I do that all the time. So we will add a couple of minis here. And I think even to the very bottom. There we go. Whoops. See, it's stuck on my finger because I have somehow put it on upside down. So we'll try one more time. There we go. Okay, now we're just going to put this on at an angle, right like that. And then we'll do the same thing over here with this one. I love making my giveaway cards to give to you guys. This is so much fun for me. I almost always make 2 cards when I do a Facebook Live to do as my giveaway cards. And I know you guys love getting them because I occasionally get thank you notes from you. So thank you so much for doing that. I mean, you don't have to do that. It's a really appreciated extra step. But I know how busy life is, especially if you are, you know, dealing with circumstances in your life with health issues, or you work, or you've got kids. You know, you guys are so sweet and special to go that extra mile and send me a thank you card. But it is truly not expected. I am just so happy to share. So here it is. And now we're going to put this onto our base. And one thing you'll notice is all these little dots over the top, well, they kind of have to be dealt with. So let me grab my favorite thing here from Stampin Up. Let me get these all sorted so we get them all right. This is a silicone sheet, and it's nice because I can put glue on up here and don't have to worry about the glue going through these little circles, because I don't want the top being all loosey-goosey. Because that's what happens. If you don't glue down that top area, it just flops around, and you don't want that. So let me so I can put the glue right up here by the edge, and because I'm using the silicone sheet, it's just perfect. All right, so we're gonna grab our card front and hold it in each corner and set it down. There's one, and let me do the inside panel. So again, we're just going to add a little glue here to the top so we don't have it flopping in the wind. And then we're going to set that in right here. And again, you want to just get it so that it's nice and even. And then we'll add our little jewels in just a second. Here we are. Oh, Michelle is on. Michelle's one of my new downline members. Hello, Michelle. So nice to have you join in. She thinks it's a very cute idea. Thank you. I'm just so glad. You know, Michelle, I'm up in your neck of the woods this weekend going snowmobiling because you guys just got so much snow up there. We can hardly wait to get up there and start snowmobiling. So, open this up. Put this on the inside, give that a nice press, and then we'll do our outside panel. Thank you, Kay. She really likes the card too. Well, good. I'm glad everybody likes this card. It was a lot of fun for me to create it. Okay, so now we're going to set this on right here. And the reason I grab kitty corners is because then I can make sure it's even there and even here. And then we know that it's all 4 corners will be nice and even, and everything is even, and it looks awesome. So now let me grab the Take Your Pick tool. Where's my little thing? And then sometimes I just pull the rhinestones off with my little pointy end. But this time I'm actually going to, since I've got so many that I'm going to put on here. So let's do our ribbon wrap. And then we'll do the rhinestones. But I'm going to add the little putty. I'm going to use the putty side for once because I always forget to do that. So take your ribbon and you just So how I do this, because everybody always asks to do a ribbon wrap, so I'm grabbing the top end with my left hand because I'm right-handed. Take the right one, go over the top and under, and then the thing that I do that makes it look pretty is I put my thumb from here underneath and twist so that you have all this nice flat exposure. And you just go like that, and then kind of switch the ends, trim, and it's so pretty, and you have that kind of flat wrap bow. Isn't that pretty? All right, so we're going to do the same thing to this side. Again, I'll just, take the top in my left hand, take the bottom in my right, kind of do like you're going to tie your shoe. But then, before I pull it, I just put my thumb underneath and flip it around so I have this big flat side, and pull. And then you have this nice flat piece at the top. So that is how I do my tie-ons. There we go, so cute. All right, let's grab the very, very pretty holiday rhinestones here, and we're gonna take the putty end, and we'll just add some cute little, what would you call, just some cute little accents. So we can just put these wherever. And because this is such a sweet, bubbly card, I'm just gonna put, I think I'm gonna put 5 of them on again because it's just so much fun to do. Once you get started doing these, you just are like, where do I stop? It's just fun. I'll add one down here. And then maybe, where should we put this last one? Maybe up here. There we go. So nice and scattered and cute. So let's go ahead and do this one. I'm using a lot of these because my colors are, you could use whatever color that coordinates with your card, but I'm using a lot of these kind of pool party colored ones because it looks good with the balmy blue paper. And one more. Maybe right here. All right, there's our adorable cards, you guys. So pretty. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. Be sure to make your comments either now or maybe after the video is over and you're watching the replay. Continue to share and comment. I'll jump in on Monday morning and we'll do our drawing, and we'll give away the this wonderful ribbon right here, which is so pretty. I'll give away 2 yards of it. So there we go. And then I should really throw these tags back in the picture because they're a nice little accent. Where's the other one? Oh, it's on my little bottle here. Let me pull that off. There we go. So thank you, everybody. I truly enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And you guys all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.